The theatrical manager comes before the curtain and introduces the play with a short speech, in which he says that he has endeavored to please both generations, providing Ibsen for the young and pantomime for the old. The result is a pantomime as Ibsen would have written it, if only it had occurred to him to write one. Cinderella, Act 1, Scene 1. Before a drop scene, red light and a gong. Enter a demon.
What ho! I am the spirit of the night, and to do evil is my chief delight. When I see people happy, I am sad. Nothing seems good to me unless it's bad. Good girls like Cinderella drive me wild. She's never naughty, that's why I hate the child. And now that she's emerging from her teens, I'll give her no peace, I'll give her beans.
White light and a gong. Enter a fairy.
Tremble, saucy knave, behold, the enemy you feared of old.
Oh law, my word, that girl again.
De toute le fait je suis la reine.
She's a undesirable immigrant.
No harm shall come to Cinderella from you or any other fella. I and my fairies will protect her.
They're the police, she's the inspector. Where are the others? Where's the ballet?
They can't come on the stage today, so allay.
Why not?
Oh, Madam Brown forgot to send their things, so we're obliged to keep them in the wings.
Hark to the fairies singing their song.
Dear little fairies singing all wrong.
If you can't hear a song very plain, oh, spare me, spare me! What have I done to deserve this?
Hark to the fairies singing their song.
Dear little fairies singing all wrong.
If you can't hear our song very plain, when it is finished, we'll sing it again.
Enough! Belay there, it is time to give the kids their pantomime.
Exeunt, demon and fairy. Scene 2. The drop scene is raised, revealing an Ibsen interior. Mrs. Inquest sits at a table and knits. She rings a bell. Enter Madame Helseth.
Come hither, Madame Helseth, and sit down by me.
But I've the scuttles to fill.
No matter, come hither. I want to talk. Soliloquies are not allowed in modern plays. It is necessary that I should have a confidant.
I'll take my sewing.
I am a lady of middle age and prepossessing aspect. My name is not Mrs. Twankey, it is Mrs. Inquest. A nice, cheerful sort of name with a Scandinavian ring about it. I do nothing all day but knit, knit, knit. It has some sort of symbolical meaning. I never open a book. We none of us ever do. There are no books in the house except what we write ourselves. We sit and brood over our sorrows. We are a peculiar family, all of us. We are a thing apart. Our names all begin with an H. There's Hilda and Hedda and Helseth.
And Inquest.
We are all fond of pickles, and all our uncles drink, and we all have green eyes of a peculiar shade.
Oh, good gracious, Mrs. Inquest, I've heard all this a dozen times before.
Very likely, but those good people over there haven't. The name of this house is Rosemersholm. It is a gloomy place, situated on a bleak and cheerless heath overlooking the fjord. We have no friends, no neighbours. There is no human habitation within miles and miles, except the gasworks. And here we all live, side by side, cheek by jowl, but miles apart in soul, Hilda and Hedda and I. And we all detest each other heartily. Hedda is mad. Hilda is mad. We are all more or less mad.
I must go and be about my work.
Nay, hear me out.
But indeed I must go.
You shall hear me out.
Forcing her back into her chair.
Am I mistress here or not? Listen, and I will tell you the story of my life. I have a past behind me.
Ah, this becomes interesting. Do you know an idea of that sort crossed my mind already once or twice?
When I was very young, I was married to a man with whom I had no single point of sympathy. He loved me, oh, so passionately. But it was only for my beauty, my charm, my wit. I was not a human being to him, not a creature with a free, wild will. I was only a chattel, a doll. Even then, I wanted to live my own life, but he wouldn't so much as let me eat macaroons.
Ah, so you are Nora.
Yes, I am that unhappy woman.
I know all about you. You ran away.
Ran away? Oh, that was nothing. I soon came back again. When at last my child was born...
Miss Hedda?
Yes.
But you had several already.
Oh, they didn't count. We turned them out. They were dolls, too. We wanted to start quite afresh.
Fancy.
When Hedda was born, I determined to get rid of my husband. His constant presence irked me. His perpetual smiles and caresses seemed to insult my humanity.
What did you do?
I drowned him in the mill race.
Oh, dearie, dearie me. You drowned him?
Yes, I had my undaunted freeborn will at that time. I pushed him in.
That was when the white horse began to haunt Rasmussen.
Ah, yes, the white horse. I enjoyed the luxury of widowhood for many years. Then I determined, for some very complicated reasons, to marry again. Oh, he was an angel. I met him up at the baths. He had a daughter already.
Miss Hilda?
Yes, her name was Hilda.
Ah, that was a happy marriage.
Yes, those are the worst, the happy marriages.
You always agreed on everything.
Yes, I always insisted on that. But I was bored, mortally bored. All this happened as usual, you will understand, together with a lot of other complicated circumstances, 15 or 20 years before the play opens. Well, I could stand it no longer. I had to get rid of him too. He was a miserable, undersized little beast.
What? Did you kill him too?
No, he was good enough to take that trouble off my hands. He hanged himself in the apple orchard. I drove him to it. I drove him mad, inexorably mad. I hinted. I said, "Here is a rope. There is the apple orchard."
But that was cruel of you. It was tactless.
Oh, of course, blame me, blame me. A woman is always in the wrong.
And is that all? Were there no other children?
Oh, yes, 15 others.
What became of them?
I killed them. Lucky children. They enjoy the peace and luxury of death. Then, at last, I began to live, deep down in the bottom of my soul.
These secrets are more than I can bear.
But all this is nothing. It is only the prelude. You have not heard the worst.
Oh, Lord, have you more confessions to make? Was there some other crime?
The worst thing was what came after.
Oh, let me know the worst.
No, I will keep it for some wet afternoon. It is all in here.
Giving her a portfolio.
Here is the key. I want you to take care of it for me. But you must on no account look inside.
Then why do you give it me?
Shh! It may be useful in the last act. And now you know why it is that a kind of gloom weighs over the household.
The White Horse, yes, yes.
Hedda is clever and writes books. Hilda has a mean, crawling spirit. She loves drudgery. She does the housework while you loaf around gibbering about white horses and things. I never laugh. Hilda never laughs. Nobody ever laughs at Rosmer's home.
Except Miss Hedda.
Yes, Hedda laughs at times. But it is a funereal sort of laugh, a sardonic, anchovic sort of laugh. It always means death to somebody.
Enter Hedda.
Give me my pistols. There's a visitor coming up the drive.
Exit with pistols.
Lord, that Miss Hedda, the things she does do.
Pistol shots without.
Help! Help!
More pistol shots. Enter Hedda laughing.
What is the matter, my child?
It is only Tessman coming to pay a call. I nearly got him, but he dodged.
It is Overdrain Inspector Tesman, who is engaged to be married to my daughter Hedda.
I know.
Enter Tesman in mittens carrying a parcel.
You dodged, you mean beast. You dodged.
Do you know, Hedda, I wish you were a little more gentle and winning in your ways.
You mustn't mind Hedda, Tesman. She overflows with the joy of life.
Why have you come here?
I came to show you something very wonderful. You will never guess what. It is Aunt Jemima's wedding present. I had never hoped for anything so good from her.
I don't care. I don't want to see.
Following her about.
But you must, Hedda. You're one of the family now.
I don't want to see. I don't want to see.
Uncle Krogstad used to wear them. You never saw such a big pair.
Heavens, what is he going to show us?
Producing them from his parcel.
A pair of galoshes. What do you think? A pair of old galoshes.
Fancy.
Old galoshes. Think of that, Hedda.
Yes, yes.
Only think, Hedda.
I am thinking.
But that is not the most important thing that I have to tell you. No, there is something more.
Whatever can it be?
I cannot come and see you now so often.
You can't?
This valley has become terrible to me.
Why?
Because I have found my father.
Your father?
You have a father?
A long-lost father. He lives up here at the gasworks under an assumed name. You can hear his footstep.
A steady footstep heard pacing up and down.
Up and down, up and down.
Up and down, up and down.
for 8 long years on the top of the gas meter.
Are you afraid of your father, then?
Yes, inscrutably afraid. It is one of the old habits of childhood. But that is not all.
What more is there?
He has grown tired of his solitude at last. Today he has determined to come down, to go out into society again. He is coming here.
At the window.
See, he is descending the gas meter.
Slowly, step by step, he clambers down the ironwork pillars.
He has a stick in his hand.
I must be off. Be kind to him. After all, he is my father. You mustn't mind if he's a little strange in his manner.
He cometh hitherwards.
I must have a shot at him.
No, don't. Not on his first visit. He might not understand. It might make him shy of coming again. Here's Hilda. Bully her instead. Goodbye. I must fly. I love him dearly, but my life is not worth a minute's purchase if he finds me here.
Exit Tesman. Enter Hilda in green spectacles with a cardboard shade over her eyes.
Come here, you little coward, you mean-spirited wretch. Why do you wear those goggles and that idiotic shade over your eyes?
Oh, please, Hedda. You know that I have to for my work.
Your work?
The glare of the kitchen fire is too much for me without them. Oh, please forgive me, Hedda. I've got such weak eyes.
You wretched little household drudge. You're afraid of me. You're afraid of me.
Oh, please don't hurt me.
And I can't stand your hair.
Rumpling it.
Ugh, it's all fluffy like a Regent Street chicken.
Oh, please.
Oh, please. I think I must burn it off after all.
Oh, no. Please not. I'll do anything you tell me.
Enter Madame Helseth, ushering in Stockfish with straw in his hair.
Mr. Stockfish.
She hands his card to Mrs. Inquest.
So glad, I'm sure.
To Madame Helseth.
One of my former husbands.
Standing beside the table like Mrs. Borkman.
Why have you come here, Stockfish?
Can you not forget? Can you not forgive?
I never forgive. I never forget.
After 8 years of solitude, I could bear it no longer. I waited and waited up there, expecting a deputation, but none came. This is not life. I must have company.
Company, Stockfish? Did I have company when as a girl of 35?
Leave us, Mama. Your presence irks me.
Exit Mrs. Inquest.
Sit down. Tell us the story of your life.
Once, I was a builder. I used to build houses.
With high towers to them?
How did you know that? Yes, they had high towers to them. Who is this girl?
Take no notice of her. She's the between.
I built houses on a new principle. But they always tumbled down, the houses that I built, burying housemaids and clockwork mice in the ruins.
Clockwork mice?
Oh, there's some symbolism in that, you may be sure.
It is a pity only that they tumbled down.
But that wasn't the worst. It was what happened after they tumbled down that was the worst.
What was that?
I began to mistrust myself.
To mistrust yourself? Ah, that is the worst sort of mistrust.
Yes, I began to doubt whether I had any great mission, any special message to the world in the architectural line. Others began to doubt it too. I began to be known as the plaster builder. I resolved to begin a new life. I resolved to build no more houses.
You were quite right. Houses are so irrelevant.
I said to myself, I will build gasworks instead.
Ah, to light the town. That is a great need of the local situation.
No, that is where I had been wrong all my life. I had been trying to serve mankind. I had been trying to do something useful.
Useful? How I hate that mean, ugly word.
I said, I will no longer do what is useful. I will no longer build little humdrum houses for little humdrum people to live in. I will build gasworks out in some wild, desolate spot, far from all human habitation, among the peaks and the great waste places, where they can never, never be of any use to anybody at all.
Oh, that was noble of you, Stockfish.
Do you know what I am? I am an idealist. Whatever I do has a symbolical meaning.
And the gas?
That is symbolical too. I cast off my family. I changed my name.
Why?
Do you not understand? I wanted to start quite afresh. Besides, I owed money in the town.
You were quite right. All that sort of thing is so irrelevant.
The soulless toil of the wage earner has always aroused a sickening aversion in me. That is why I cast off my son, Tesman.
Tesman?
You know him?
Oh, slightly.
Ahem.
You'd better go and get on with the housework, I think, Madame Helseth.
Exit Madame Helseth.
He insisted on working. He worked nearly 6 hours a day and lived on what he earned.
Shame.
He haunted me with the vision of the humdrum citizen, the good bourgeois. I said, "Épatant-le," and I patted him. He wanted to be respectable. I kicked him out. I want none of that.
I should think not, indeed.
Serve him jolly well right.
He is a drudge.
Down with him.
Besides, as overdrain inspector to the Stockholm City Council, he had condemned several of the houses that I built. And so for 8 long years I have been up in this valley, making gas that no one will ever burn.
That no one will ever burn. How beautiful.
The solitude up there at the gasworks is something awful. You can't think. You could cut it with a knife.
What, are you quite alone?
Shh. No, I am not quite alone.
Is there some other person?
No, it is not a person. Shh. It's a great secret. I keep it in the box room. You shall see it when you come up.
Oh, what can it be?
This evening you will see. At last I have grown sick of this life. Even gas-making palls in the end. This morning I said to myself, I will go out into society again. I will marry.
Marry?
One of us.
I am engaged, but I can easily break it off.
I have determined to give a party. I'm going to break the ice. I invite you to my party!
This evening?
Yes, just this evening.
Oh, how ripping.
Nonsense, you're not asked.
Of course not. I only want the eligible ladies of the neighborhood. Just the county.
And what amusements will there be at the party?
We will play paper games.
How beautiful! Long, dreary paper games. I'll go and ask Mama. We shall have to titivate a bit, change our clothes and all that.
Oh, clothes are so irrelevant.
How I wish I could go too.
You indeed, ugh! I think I shall have to burn your hair off after all.
Oh, please not, Hedda. Spare me. Spare me. I am weak and feeble.
Exit Hedda.
Oh, sir, I want to ask a favour of you.
A favor? You?
Mayn't I come to your party too?
A tame little beast like you? No, indeed. I want no mouse faces about me, no lapdog muzzles, no turtle bills. Give me tiger snouts and ravening wolf jowls.
Oh dear, why am I such a miserable, teeny-weeny little mizzler? I am enormously fetched by you, Stockfish. There is something very taking about you.
Pah, scrub.
Enter Mrs. Inquest and Hedda in hooded cloaks. To Mrs. Inquest.
What, are you coming too?
Stockfish, during 15 years I wrestled with another woman once for your soul, and now I mean to have it.
Oh, Sophonisba, how will all this end?
Exit Stockfish. To Hilda.
Have the milk hot when we come back, and don't forget to feed the cat. And by the by, don't let anybody in while we're away.
Who is likely to come? No one ever comes here.
My sister has been seen in the hills. Your godmother, Aunt Judy.
Aunt Judy? My godmother? Why, I never even heard of her.
She's a bad lot. They call her the Rat Wife. Heaven grant that you may never meet her. Why, what was that?
The white horse.
Ugh, you wait till I get back.
Exeunt Mrs. Inquest and Hedda.
Heaven grant they may not meet the white horse on the way.
All alone, all alone, all alone.
Why, you've got me, dearie.
Hilda sings a song expressing solitude and dejection.
And now I suppose I shall have to spend the evening scrubbing those pots and pans. How I hate pots and pans.
Are we downhearted? No.
And I'm hungry too. They gave me nothing to eat.
Lord love a duck, young lady. I'll toss you up a bit of a pancake for your supper in no time.
I tell you what we'll do. We'll read Hedda's book together. That'll be a lark.
What? Is Miss Hedda writing a book?
Didn't you know? Yes, on deportment for young ladies.
Fancy. That ought to be something quite new.
A bell rings.
Hark, there's the bell. Whoever can it be? I'll go and see.
Yes, do.
Exit Madame Helseth. Reading.
My, the things Hedda does say. If Mamma only knew.
Enter Madame Helseth.
It's an elderly woman downstairs who wants to see you.
Who is she?
She's not much to look at. She seems what you might call a bit crazed. Balmy, so to speak, on the crumpet, and that's a fact.
Ah, well, she won't be out of place here. Ask her to come up.
No, I did. I told her to follow me, but she said she preferred coming her own way.
A gong, music, and a red light. Enter Aunt Judy through a trap door. She has a hook nose and wears a Welsh witch costume with tall hat and cap frill.
Well, here we are again. Pardon, seductive lady. You don't remember me?
I don't think I ever had the pleasure.
Why, I'm your Aunt Judy.
Aunt Judy? The lady I wasn't to admit under any circumstances? Come in. Come in.
I'm your godmother.
I know.
Your fairy godmother?
What? Are you a fairy?
Yes, I'm a troll.
Singing and dancing.
Fol-de-rol-lol, I'm a troll, I'm a troll. Fol-de-rol-lay, toujours gay. Fol-de-rol-lee, you'll never catch me. Fol-de-rol-lol-de-rol-lido. My elegant mermaid. What do you think of that?
What an engaging old lady you are. Are you always as gay as that?
Rather. I sing and dance all day and all night. Allegro con brio is my lay.
And is it true you're a bad lot?
Ah, they told you that? Fidonk. That's their spitefulness. my unspeakable jam puff, because I went my own way without listening to them. Donnerwetter, mon cher, I was never cut out to be a myrmidon of morality. I'm an émancipée, that's what I am. I've always lived my own life, comprenez? What are corkscrews made for? I say no more.
Aha, you've been brought up by hand.
You have hit it, gracious lady. I've signed the pledge 12 times. But bless you, Aunt Judy still remains the woman she always was. Since then they call me the rat wife. It's the jolliest thing in the world that anyone can be.
Are you so fond of rats, then?
Fond of them? I've got to be fond of them, whether I like it or not. I see rats, rats, rats everywhere. Big rats, little rats, pink rats with purple eyes. Look at them, rats. And pumpkins. They're all over the floor. And white mice, too.
Jumping up on a chair.
I don't see no mice.
Ah, you wait till you've signed the pledge. They come creepy crawly up in the beds all night long. They plump into the milk cans. They go pittering-pattering all over the floor, backwards and forwards and up and down, nibbling and gnawing and creeping and crawling, all the rats and the blessed little rat children. And I go about following and following after them, I and my lovely little dog, Mopsy Man.
What? Have you got a dog, too?
A dog? Of course I have.
A real dog?
I should think so. Indeed. He drinks whiskey, too.
Real whiskey?
Yes. Scotch real. Mopsy Man! Mopsy Man!
Enter Mopsy Man.
Ah, you should see him dance. Why, what's this? A pair of clogs? 4 of them. A pair for me, and a pair for you, Mopsy Man. Ooh, let's have a clog dance.
And Judy and Mopsy Man dance.
Basta! I'm blown. So, the rest of the family have gone out to a party and left you all alone at home.
Yes.
I overheard all that they said. I was under the window. I said to myself, "What how, Capisco, meine Damen? I'll have my revenge. I'll put some stiffening into that tame little ash cat Hilda, and twist old Inquest's tail. I've come to revolutionize you. You've got to stand up and be a man."
Me? Oh, no, I'm a little soft, early Victorian thing. You can't stiffen me.
What, are you contented with your position here?
Oh, no.
To be a drudge? A cinderminx?
No, I crave for great things. Great, enormous, irrelevant things.
Ha-ha! You want to live your own life.
Yes, that's it. I want to live my own life. If only I knew how to begin.
Odds ratikins, that's easy. Every woman begins with the same thing.
What's that?
A man.
A man? Oh my, how ripping.
A little soft, whiskery man to crunch up in your dainty fingerkins.
Oh, wouldn't I like it?
Running about.
Oh, where's a man? Where's a man?
There's stockfish, to begin with.
Stockfish?
You can practice on him for a start. Go up to the party at the gasworks.
But Hedda would burn my hair off.
Hedda, indeed. Who's afraid of Hedda? Disguise yourself.
But how am I to disguise myself?
I have it. Wash.
I will.
And fig yourself up in some of Hedda's clothes.
Righto, I will. I will get myself up in the height of fashion.
And Judy and Mopsy Man get out clothes. Hilda washes and dresses.
There! What do you think of that?
Be free! Be free! Don't let others prescribe your life for you. Don't be a myrmidon of morality any longer. Go it, you cripple! Paint the little homestead red.
I will. I'm damned if I don't.
Come, you're beginning to swear. That's better.
Jumping across the stage like a kangaroo in a hobble skirt.
Women must be free, untrammelled. We have been tied up too long. I'm going to be a new woman, a bold-faced jig. But don't you think they'll recognise me?
Not they. It isn't much of a disguise, outwardly. But you're disguised mentally. That's the important thing.
And what am I to do next?
Something symbolic. Something to show your newfound freedom.
I know. Hedda said she would burn off my hair. Well, I'll tell you what. I'll burn Hedda's book, her manuscript on deportment for young ladies. What a lark! She burned Lovborg's book, you know. Serve her right, the cat. That'll learn her.
Burning the manuscript.
Now I'm burning your child, Hedda. I am burning your child. What-oh, she bumps. This is prime fun. Why wasn't I a suffragette before?
Now let's be off.
But how are we to get there? I can't walk. It's raining.
Enter Madame Helseth.
Law, Miss Hilda, you do look a swell. Well, I never. Miss Hedda's feet you too.
We're going to the party.
But you can't walk, not in them shoes.
Now for some of those rats and mice and pumpkins of yours, Aunt Judy.
Oh, but they're only imaginary rats and mice. They won't take you anywhere. Why, here's the very thing. Just at the door. A pair of...
Horses?
White horses?
No. A pair of galoshes.
That'll do. I'll go in them. It's frightfully thrilling.
Exeunt and Judy, Mopsy Man and Hilda, trailing her big galoshes. Enter the fairy.
Behold me, Cinderella, in your hour of need. What time the others to the party speed? Would you not like to go as well?
Too late, she's gone.
Oh, what a sell!
Hark to the fairies singing their song.
Dear little fairies singing all wrong.
If you can't hear a song very plain,
Curtain. End of Act 1.